viewers, this is Chanbini and you're watching GW's News Recap. First headline. Nagaland government on June 13 carried out an eviction drive at Manipur airport land, reclaiming 17.9 acres of land illegally occupied by 22 people. In what is now the world's deadliest air disaster in a decade, at least 265 people have died after an Air India flight bound for London crashed shortly after takeoff from Ahmedabad on June 12. Israel and Iran exchanged a fresh wave of missile attacks overnight in June 15, escalating tensions and raising fears of a wider regional conflict. And now the news in details. Nagaland government on June 13 carried out an eviction drive at Manipur airport land, reclaiming 17.9 acres of land illegally occupied by 22 people. A total of 24 structures were dismantled, including 4 RCC buildings, 3 semi-concrete structures and 17 thatched houses. The eviction drive was carried out by the district administrations of Dimapur and Chumukidima, along with police and other relevant departments. The Guwahati High Court Principal Bench in Civil Revision Petition ruled on May 27 to quash and set aside the temporary injunction granted to the encroachers. This allowed the district administrations of Dimapur and Chumukidima to proceed with eviction orders issued on December 21, 2019 and December 11, 2020. Meanwhile, the Nagaland police have named 31 individuals, including 6 public servants, as accused in encroachment case at the Manipur airport following a thorough investigation. Charge sheets have already been filed against 25 private individuals, while sanction for prosecution has been sought for the 6 public servants from the concerned departments as mandated by the legal provisions, the police officials said. All accused have been charged under various sections of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita that include criminal conspiracy, cheating, forgery and related offences. The case revolves around allegations of illegal encroachment on government land at the Manipur airport through the use of forged and fabricated documents. Acting on directives from the Home Department, the Nagaland police initiated a preliminary inquiry which established prima facie evidence of cognizable offences. Consequently, a formal FIR was lodged at the State Crime Police Station Police Headquarters. Furthermore, a special investigation team was constituted to investigate the matter in detail. The SIT examined documents, gathered evidence, and after extensive inquiry recommended that all 31 individuals be charge sheeted. The charge sheets against the 25 private individuals have been submitted to the competent court in Dimapur, while for the 6 public servants, the investigating officer and the SID has sought prosecution sanction from the Department of Personnel and Administrative Reforms and the Department of Land Records. A court in Shillong on June 11 sent Sonam Rakhuvanshi, accused of killing her husband Raja during their honeymoon in Meghalaya, and her 4 aides to 8-day police custody. Sonam was brought to the hill station in the early hours of Wednesday and taken to a hospital for a medical examination. The report of her pregnancy test was negative, Meghalaya police said. The other accused were brought in from Madhya Pradesh during the day, a senior police officer said. Police had sought a 10-day remand of all the accused. The court granted 8 days of police custody. All 5 were interrogated by the police for several hours at Sadar Police Station, Shillong. After they were taken to the court of the district and sessions judge in a convoy of vehicles under tight security arrangements. Sonam had surrendered before the police in Kazipur district of Uttar Pradesh, while the special investigation team constituted by the Meghalaya government had arrested Akash Rajput 19, Vishal Singh Chauhan 22, Raj Singh Kushwaha 21 and Anand Kurmi 23 from Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh with assistance from the police in those states. The honeymoon couple, Raja and Sonam, were reported missing from Meghalaya's Sora Cherrapunji area on May 23. After an 8-day search, police recovered the decomposed body of Raja on June 2. In a major development, the security forces in joint operations have recovered 328 arms and around 9,300 different types of ammunition in restive Manipur. A senior police official said that in the wee hours of June 14, on the basis of specific intelligence reports regarding the presence of a large cache of arms and ammunition stashed in different areas of 5 Imphal Valley districts, simultaneous search operations were launched at different locations. Joint teams of Manipur Police Army, Assam Rifles, Border Security Force, the Central Reserve Police Force and the Indo-Tibetan Border police recovered the significant numbers of arms and a huge cache of ammunition and warlike stores from the outskirts of 5 valley districts of Imphal West, Imphal East, Thoubal, Bishnupur and Kakching. Of the 328 arms recovered, 151 are self-loading rifles, followed by 73 rifles, 65 INSAS rifles, 12 light machine guns, 6 AK series rifles, 5 carbines, 6 pistols and many other different types of arms. The joint forces also recovered around 9,300 various types of ammunition in the most successful operations, the police officials said. The recovery of 328 arms and 9,300 various types of ammunition is the first major success of the security forces in Manipur after the ethnic violence broke out in the state on May 3, 2023. Various officials report political parties claim that during the ethnic riots, more than 6,020 varied types of sophisticated arms and lakhs of different types of ammunition were looted from the police stations and police outposts by the mobs, attackers and militants. At least 265 people have died after an Air India flight bound for London crashed shortly after takeoff from Ahmedabad on June 12 in what is now the world's deadliest air disaster in a decade. The Boeing 787 Dreamliner departed from Ahmedabad Airport in the western state of Gujarat at 1:39 p.m. local time. But after issuing a Mayday call, it crashed into a residential area called Mekhani Nagar just 5 minutes after taking off, India's Civil Aviation Authority confirmed. On June 14 morning, rescue crews and investigators were still sifting through the charred remains of the hostel and aircraft as large cranes continued to clear debris. Images of the dining area of the Medical College hostel showed wheels and other parts of the aircraft embedded in the walls, with debris, personal belongings and uneaten lunches scattered across the floor. Both the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder, the aircraft's black boxes, have now been recovered, officials confirmed. The sole survivor, Vishwas Kumar Ramesh, who had been sitting in seat 11A, was identified by local police shortly after the crash. It may be reminded that there were 230 passengers and 12 crew members on board. They included 169 Indian nationals, 53 Britons, 7 Portuguese citizens and 1 Canadian. Flight was under the command of Captain Sumit Sabharwal, a line training captain with 8,200 hours of flying experience, and First Officer Clive Gundar, who had lodged 1,100 hours. There were 10 other crew members on board, Civil Aviation authorities said. Hundreds of relatives of the crash victims have provided DNA samples at the hospital. Most bodies were charred or mutilated, making them unrecognizable. Gujarat's former Chief Minister Vijay Rupani was also among the passengers. Israel and Iran exchanged a fresh wave of missile attacks overnight into June 15, escalating tensions and raising fears of a wider regional conflict. Iran launched missiles at targets across Israel, including the port city of Haifa, after Israeli forces bombed civilian and energy infrastructure across Iran. Israel's military announced it had struck the Iranian Defense Ministry headquarters in Tehran. It also claimed to have hit several locations around the capital that it described as being related to the Iranian regime's nuclear weapons project. These sites, according to Israel's military, were connected to Iran's nuclear ambitions, though both U.S. intelligence agencies and the International Atomic Energy Agency have stated that Iran was not developing a nuclear weapon prior to Israel's attack. This escalation comes after Israeli armed forces launched an unprecedented attack on Iran and conducted multiple overnight airstrikes targeting Iran's nuclear and military sites under Operation Rising Lion. Reports has said that Israeli attacks have killed at least 80 people and wounded 800 others over the past 2 days. Justifying the strikes, Israel has said that it had intel indicating that Iran's nuclear program had almost reached the point of no return. Russian President Vladimir Putin denounced the recent Israeli airstrikes on Iran, echoing his prior criticism of attacks on Iranian nuclear facilities. That be it for this week's news recap. Thank you for watching and good night.